The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. On first down, it's Love. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And down he'll go at the 25. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make this a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he'll get this one up to the 26. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Luck. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Derek Wolfe with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Back deep, a Baltimore native, Tavon Austin. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. Over.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. They get 1 yard back there to make it 2nd and 14.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
No. Check. Patriot. Watch him now, Barney. Detroit. Gun. Over. Hot.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Being chased out left. Completes it to Dixon. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
Leopard. All right, here we go. Green 39.
Now Gordon on 1st down. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Detroit. Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Lucky 56. Detroit. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Gun.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. This to equal Matt Prater's record. It's a 64-yard attempt. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. T.Y. Hilton deep for the Colts. This will be taken at the 10. Now a hit and a loose football.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Right. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
They'll run with Mack. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
From the gun on third down, Luck caught left side by Hilton. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down.
Now, that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Room to run past midfield. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On 1st and 10, Locke. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move as they face a second down here. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. On 2nd and 10, Locke. This will be caught inside the 10. A very solid gain of 27.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner. Toughness in the pocket, strong and stout, but let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston, then he goes to Stanford. He's got it all. It's 1st and goal, a chance for the first points of this AFC title bout. Now a toss play. This is Mack. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great play there. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Colts are in for 6. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Gold with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gold now out to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
He'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's the first carry for Alex Collins. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. And credit the tackle to Derek Barnett.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. But you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and set them down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On third down, Jackson going for the deep ball. He's got it at the 15. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. 69 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Justin Tucker for the extra point. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken very short. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And the Colts coming out now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Look, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. A shotgun snap for Love. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right. He's got a man complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And give him a gain of 37.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Here's Mack on the toss. And a solid run down inside the 30. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Throwing.
The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. So just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Now Mack. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. To play in a tightly contested first half. Back with more of the AFC Championship game after this. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give the tackle to Anthony Walker.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Go.
On 3rd down, that's Mack. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts are in for 6. Now Gold for the extra point. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Gold now out to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Detroit! Gone!
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target.
3-19! Over!
Jackson on first down. And he fends him off. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long.
Gun! Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 White 28! Gun! 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 Over!
So that'll back him up 5. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39! Detroit! Detroit! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Here's Jackson. Buying time to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down. Well, earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
Detroit! Detroit! Over!
From the gun, it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Sam Cook now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And the Colts getting ready to go. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
11. Go ahead.
From the gun, here's Love. He's going to let this one go deep. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors. But overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Gordon. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he stopped immediately there. And credit the tackle to Taco Charlton with a stop. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The Ravens on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Now, Barney.
They go play action with Jackson. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved a first pick of the game there, but at least it does get him to 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. This is taken at the 23. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here. 1st and 10. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
Defense,
we
got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Staying on the ground with Mack. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw, Love. Finding his safety valve here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
3-19!
They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. In on the tackle, Kamoko Toure.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Here we go now. 3-19.
On second down, Collins. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd-and-2 situation.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Over.
3rd and 2, here's Jackson. And that is incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know, the rhythm seems off. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. That's pulled in at the 32. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let it roll. Flow.
Here's Luck now on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Luck. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Detroit! Detroit! Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
On 2nd down, Jackson being chased out left. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Daniil Hunter able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now, the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Lucky 56! Lucky 56! Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
From the gun, Jackson. He may try and run for this. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Jackson from the shotgun. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep. Back. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 11. A run by Mack to start the drive. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Now Love. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense.
There goes Melvin Gordon. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Melvin Gordon, 65 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Look, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. Starting the drive with a give to Mack. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
But he was stopped on that play. But he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
To throw on 2nd down is Love. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on for the 5th time here today. Time for a break. Back to wrap up the AFC Championship game after this. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Here's Gordon. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Detroit! Detroit! Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Over, over. Over, over. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Throwing now is Jackson. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over. And got his man complete. A big play that time for the Ravens. And even 40 yards.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Gordon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And that time the tackle by Malik Hooker.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Lucky 56.
Here's Jackson. He can run for it, and he will. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So it's up now to one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, Justin Tucker. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So it's up now to one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, Justin Tucker. This for a trip to the Super Bowl. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And that changes everything here in OT. Overtime in a playoff game. Awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only one period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field, set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Right back to him on first down. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Well, partner, recent conference championship games that have been needed to decide who goes to the Super Bowl, what do you got?
Well, if we go back to 2015, how about Green Bay at Seattle? And it looks like Green Bay's got this thing. Russell Wilson to Jermaine Kearse, that gets it done. And then go back to 2010. We think Brett Favre, with the Vikings, has the destiny, but they're in New Orleans. It's the Saints, and they get it done. And in overtime, go on to the Super Bowl. And they won that one. They beat the Colts, correct?
Yep, a couple of the more memorable ones for sure. Here's Mack. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively. You know, Charles, just thinking about it, plenty of recent conference championship games have needed OT to decide who goes to the Super Bowl.
I mean, go back a little ways, can't we? Go back 2012. Giants in San Francisco. That was an overtime game. The Giants ended up going on to the Super Bowl. How about the one where the Giants went to Green Bay, Lambeau, and beat the magic of that stadium in that freezing, bitterly cold game and got it done there?
Yeah, it was 2008. It was absolutely freezing, and they went on to beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl that year. So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They snap it to Locke, and he's got his man Hilton. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a first down throw. Locke. He's got it to Hilton. And he gets it down to the 32. A gain of 6 there on first. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for first and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So we'll take a break with them and be right back. They get it to him running left. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. Biggest play now in this opening drive of overtime. This is 3rd and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
There are certain drives in the game where anything less than a touchdown that caps it feels like an absolute disappointment. This is one of those drives.
So a big kick coming for Robbie Gould. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That's their second and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. And Gould is able to put it through, and they take a 17-14 lead. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown, finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
3-19. Watch it now, Barney.
First throw in overtime now for Jackson. He's going to look deep down the field. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. Explosion plays always break the back of a defense, and overtime to put them in the red zone, that was huge.
I like your description there, because when you get an explosion play, now people are really scrambling on defense. Now they're looking to each other. Who's going to step up? Who's going to make a play? Offensive guys have the momentum. Now they're in the red zone. They've got to be thinking attack, trying to get it into the end zone.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Hot. Hot.
Now Jackson. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. The Ravens moving quickly here as the clock runs.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation, because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
And it's caught! Touchdown in overtime! And they are Super Bowl bound! They said beginning of the year, they set a lofty goal, Charles, of getting to the Super Bowl. They fell 1 step short of that.
Oh, and that's going to hurt for a long time. That's going to be a big one for the offseason. Their goal now has to be not to wallow in it, but to use it as fuel for next year. Better offseason conditioning, great OTAs and minicamp. You know as well as I do, they'll have T-shirts in their lockers that say,